Kia ora, I'm Corin Dann, business editor here at RNZ, joined by our economics correspondent, Gyles Beckford, who's seen a few budgets in your time. They come and go. Let's just do a little bit of a 101 for people on what is a government budget? Why do they need to do it?
Well, we all do it. We watch our money coming in from our wages in any investments. We watch the money going out to cover the mortgage, the food bills, the energy costs, the car. Governments at the most basic level are doing exactly the same. Money in, money out. The big differences are that they've got all the flexibility in the world. They can borrow as much as they want.
They can tax.
They can print. They tax. They don't have to have the bills paid when the bank comes knocking. They can just roll it over and borrow some more just to keep debt servicing.
And in order to operate, in order to do the things that we take for granted that governments do, schools and hospitals and social welfare, all those things, they have to pass this budget through Parliament, don't they? This is the supply bit of the confidence and supply,
yep.
But they go hand in hand. So they have to get this through. They have to have a majority. They sit there, they thrash it out with their coalition partners, and they come up with a document, and then they present it on budget day, and then that effectively gives the government the money, right, to do its job.
This is what pays for the dock tracks, right, for the state housing, for a new road, new link road, money for the railways and the hospitals and the schools, right, and the public servants, right, the councillors, the teachers, the doctors.
And there's two elements to this too, which is really important. So there's what we call the operating allowance,
which is day-to-day expenses.
That's your day-to-day money.
Let's just call it that. And then there's the capital expenditure. That's when you're going out, you're building the new school, the hospital, right? It's $300, $400, $500 million. You go out and you borrow long-term for big projects like that.
And the thing that people seem to get really obsessed about is really the operating allowance aspect of it, in the sense of what they call this thing called the Obergall X, horrible term. But there's all this talk about, can the government balance the books and can it get back to surplus because we've got these structural deficits. That's what we're talking about there. Can they make the day-to-day money coming in, money going out, match up and get into surplus? It
comes down, let me just do a very simple analogy. It's your overdraft, right? It's as simple as that, right? Buy now, pay later. And governments can do that. They can afford it. But the longer you do that, then the big lenders from overseas, the big ratings agencies, the Standard & Poor's, the Moody's and the Fitches, they're the ones who go, we're not sure that you're as good a credit risk as you used to be because you're just always in debt and you're not making any effort to improve the situation. Politicians, by definition, always want to be in somebody's good books. In this case, it's the fiscal good books that they want to be in.
Just lastly, in terms of what people can expect on budget day, along with those documents detailing all that we've just talked about there will be a set of forecasts that'll say, hey, the economy's likely to grow at this rate, or the unemployment rate will be this or that. That's an important part of the budget too.
Treasury has the most unenviable task at the best of times, just guessing how will the economy fare, how big will it grow, what will inflation be, what will unemployment do, will our tax take improve, will our debt servicing rise or fall, and it's complicated this year in particular by the Middle East conflict because we've got an inflation surge coming and everybody is forecasting, not just Treasury, but everybody around the world in developed economies are forecasting in the dark, right? It's a flying in a fog with a blindfold and it will really depend on what happens there.
That'll make for some good reading. Thank you very much, Gyles Beckford.